Today in the crypto space, we see Bitcoin and Ethereum still going sideways. Bitcoin right around $110,800. Ethereum slightly below the $4,000 mark. The rest of the crypto space, a mix of green and red. Sideways it is. We got ENA getting a bit of a pump. We have Pump doing pretty well, and a few others. In today's video, I want to talk about the general market. I want to use Bitcoin as a leading indicator, and I want to talk about Bitcoin and what should we expect for the rest of the week. Again, we are leading into the weekend. So you know what? Let's talk about the news, let's analyze the charts, and let's strategize to capitalize. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike, and let's get right into it, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. On the channel, we talk about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the altcoins. Looking for opportunity, whether we go up or down, bearish or bullish, it doesn't matter. All we want to do is stay one step ahead of the market so that we can capitalize on any of the volatility. And if you appreciate the strategy, subscribe to the channel, click the bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, including the live streams at 8 p.m. EST, where we talk about crypto news and price action. Guys, if you have any projects you want me to cover here on the channel, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. You can hit me up on the socials. The links are in the description. Better yet, guys, join the Discord. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. All right, guys, let's begin. We're going to talk about Bitcoin today. You know, I think it's suitable. I usually cover lots of altcoins, but in the next little while, guys, we're going to have to really pull back a little bit. We're going to have to, again, regroup and refocus. And I think it's best to focus on the large caps, beginning with Bitcoin. Now, of course, happy Friday, guys. It is Friday. The weekend usually brings us that, price action that we can't really trust. At the current moment, you are seeing that the market cap is a little sideways here, right around $3.8 trillion. The most troubling part for me, and this is something that I have been talking about for the last 3, maybe 4 days for sure, is that the trading volume is coming down, and we are seeing the calm, the still in this market is actually really, really bothering a lot of people. And you can see that throughout the socials. And even myself, as a seasoned trader that has been trading for many, many years, even for myself, it's like I feel a little bit that the time frames that I'm dealing with, that I'm used to dealing with, it are not giving me the edge. And I'm going to show you that very clearly in today's chart. And I've been calling this crazy price action, literally, this price action is crazy because it is causing individuals like myself to flip-flop, bearish, bullish every 12 hours, which is kind of problematic. Because really what it's doing is not only draining our liquidity, our capital out of our bags if you are trading these lower time frames and don't know how to trade. That's definitely something that you got to consider, guys. If you are not comfortable trading the lower time frames, sit on your hands, know when to trade and not to trade. It's hard mode right now. I'm telling you, the last 3 days hard mode, and it's exhausting. It's exhausting. So what we have to do is understand where we're at in the market. The inflection point is here. If you feel like you are trying to get your spot bags in position, now is the time. If you're trying to get your trading skills in position, now is the time. If you want to learn how to trade, now is the time. Guys, check out the link in the description because I have a link to BitNex. That exchange right there has been doing really, really good for myself and the community. Check them out because they're offering a great trading bonus. You can get up to $500, and their offer is going to be expiring very soon. So go check it out. And in addition, you can get an extra trading bonus by depositing an initial deposit. Okay, so go check them out. They're solid. They're actually doing very, very well, and they've been treating all their customers very well and helping them by reimbursing some of their losses based on that Friday, October 10th debacle. So consider that. Now, you can see that generally speaking, this is not conditions that I like. The market cap is very sideways, but the trading volume, guys, it's not giving me any indication that the market participation is interested, not even in a little bit of relief. Look at this small relief that we got today. Tiny bit, volume is coming down. Nobody is interested. Unfortunate. Now, again, it is Saturday, it is Friday, leading into Saturday. The weekend generally has low volume, very thin order books, and this is a typical condition. So we got to take it as it is, right? Let's keep on scrolling down. We do have a few dips, a few rallies, a few little moves here and there. We have Tron coming down. Many projects are still going sideways within the range. Okay, this is how it is, guys. This is the chop zone type of price action that I've always said, be careful in the chop zone. In the chop zone, you get destroyed. A lot of people give back a lot of their gains, if there are any, in the chop zone, okay? In transitionary phases, from bearish to bullish, bullish to bearish. Now I'm going to ask you this. Are we in a transitionary phase? Are we going from bearish to bullish? Are we going from bearish sideways to bearish again? Guys, that's a part of the talk around the town lately. A lot of people believe that maybe we are going to be getting into a bear market. I'll tell you this, guys, there's no indication, no strong indications that we are going to be entering a bear market. I understand that we're in a dip. I understand that we're at a bottom right now. We're coming down. I understand the negativity, but the last 3 days has showed you something. Structure is being built. Sideways price action defines structure, defines transitionary ranges that plays games and causes pain, right? And there's definitely fear, uncertainty, and doubt. There's red and pain. There's blood on the streets. All of this is a perfect recipe. Not to say that we can't come down for another flush. No, that's still very possible. Altcoins can get another beating. That is also very possible. But at the end of the day, guys, I think the majority of the range that we've been trying to build here is almost done. I think the maturity is there within the range, and we'll take a look at the Bitcoin range in a second. As I am scrolling through, yapping away here, you can see that the market has been doing nothing, not giving us any edge. We're looking for other things to do, right? To occupy our time. And that's a very dangerous thing because we're being capitulated via time. We capitulated already via price. We flushed really hard, guys. This is something that you have to understand. I know a lot of the individuals out there, particularly the bears, are considering that October 10th flush was not even a flush, that we're coming down further. Look, it's possible, but that was a flush. That hurt a lot of people. Okay, just understand that. It didn't flush out institutional levels, but definitely the retail market flushed out, okay? And you can see that based on even social engagement. Views on socials are really, really low, and that's because they all got flushed. Now, time. Guys, we have another level of flush, which is time. And the longer we stay here in this range going sideways, we are not giving the market a reason to stick around. The only reason why they stick around is because the party is alive. Where's the party at, guys? There is no party. However, there is a party. And you guys know the basement party is the one that nobody sees. And that is usually where we get the volume, the accumulation range, and all of that good stuff. So, of course, join me live tonight, guys. We'll be looking for basement parties across this space, looking for accumulation ranges for potential reversals. Buying bottoms is the way we do it, guys. There's nothing really to say right here on the general market. Give or take, we're up or down. It doesn't matter. Sideways it is right now. Let's take a look at what's going on with Bitcoin, guys. I know you're talking about charts, so let's see what's going on with the Bitcoin. The heavyweight of this space is not giving us a signal. Now what? Now I'll tell you this. This is the range that I've been yapping about. This right here. This range right here is fine. Okay, it is what it is. It's been sideways. It's this little range right here that's causing a lot of grief, right? This one is the one that is causing a lot of us to flip bearish, bullish every single day. This is the one that's causing a lot of us, especially new traders, a lot of grief given the fact that they are trying to trade and they are getting destroyed. And I trust me, I collect the data. A lot of people are not loving this range with regards to trading. Now, if you have the skill level, congratulations. Use this range, this little range right here, to trade and generate as much capital you can to deploy into the market when we start to see trending price action. Because at the current moment, we are at the bottom of the range and there's a lot of individuals fearful. Now, I'm going to just quickly look at this big picture scenario. We are still stuck in the chop zone right into here. We kind of did get a bit of volatility, as you can see, the orange line going up and down, up and down. The momentum, didn't we get overbought or oversold since all the way down here, which is in July? Okay, so guys, this is tough. Since July, okay, even further back, because we did get overbought here, and that was in July 13th. Since July, we've been planking. Guys, this is enough time to get people bored. And guess what? It's not like there's other parties happening, because the only party that we got used to was Bitcoin. Bitcoin did well, 17,000 to 124,000 or more. Guys, that's amazing. That's an amazing party. Well, what about the altcoins? When Bitcoin goes sideways, usually we get an altcoin party. We got a bit of a move on Ethereum, but no all-time highs, no price discovery yet, right? That's a real party. When that happens, guys, that's a different party. You know, the altcoin season party that everybody talks about, that's going to begin. You know, when you see Bitcoin, Ethereum get into all-time highs, price discovery. But that's not where we're going at right now. What we're really concerned at the current moment is what's happening here on this lower time frame. So the volatility is here. We potentially could get an EMA cross. We could get some green histogram bars. We could see, you know, it get a sustainable move on here on the daily where we see momentum or the trend get into the bullish control zone. All of this is very possible. But until then, guys, the range is the range. And we still have a lot to talk about here on the lower time frame. So let's jump right onto the 6 hour and let's set the stage for the weekend, because the reality is the weekend can be very, very boring. Now, we haven't had a green weekend in a good while. To be honest, we didn't even have a real red weekend in a good while, except the last one with this wick. But that was a systematic failure, guys. We can't really be hung upon that. Okay, we got to move on. Now, today, what I've been looking at is what's going on in this range, guys. And I've been looking at this fractal, not only on Bitcoin, but a lot of the market is producing a very similar fractal right here. So I'm going to, on the 6 hour, I'm just going to introduce that fractal right here on the Bitcoin chart. I'm going to make this a little bit thinner. While I'm here, I'm going to try to organize my chart here. This white line, I am not going to make it smaller or thinner. I'm going to keep it this way because it is critical. And the reason why is because there's so much confluence in this area. I think a lot of people, a lot of analysts online are not taking this level very seriously. They should be. If they're not, they should be. And you can see that it's not just me that thinks it's critical. Look at the market, how it's reacting here. It's confused. It's looking both ways and it doesn't know where to go. And you can see that very clearly based on the supply and demand of the chart. We come down, we go back up, we come down, we go back up. This is the 6 hour. Now, you want to show you more confusion? Guys, it is what it is. This price action is absolutely crazy. Before I move on to the more confusion, this is a bullish scenario here, guys. We got to be real about this. Now, I'm not going to be permaball. I'm going to tell you the bearish case scenario. And I tell you the bearish case scenario every single day. The imbalance above allows for a proper breakout to get back to about 120. Guys, we get back to 120, it's a good chance that we start getting into FOMO Central again. Okay, because we're so close to all-time highs, so close to these tops that I think it's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. A lot of people are going to say, okay, the time has come, and maybe we start FOMOing. But at the end of the day, guys, we need to resolve here. Right now, we need to resolve this higher low, confirmation low. We get a higher high. Guys, this is going to go for an attempt to hunt liquidity at these tops and eventually break through this imbalance and cause us to reach those higher levels at the top of the range. Again, right around here, 120K is the target for now, right around there. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Now, let's get a little bit more on lower time frames here. You can see that this is still in the chop zone. Maybe we can get overbought here with some strength. We haven't gotten a green expansion. We only had red. There's no real major divergence. The only thing that I can say is that this last dip didn't even register on the expansion, which means that it's fairly neutral, right? When it doesn't register, and it happens sometimes, it doesn't register, like maybe right into here, nothing registered, very little, or, you know, sometimes it happens. It's because it's very neutral. It didn't really expand. Nothing happened there. So that's somewhat promising, given that it was a low. Yes, it was higher, but it didn't even register on the expansion. So that's a good news, right? It neutralized it completely. We got EMAs facing up, green histogram bars, nice Class A bullish divergence, and it's actually hasn't even been invalidated. In fact, we got another drive of it, given the fact that you can see that this last expansion right here, let me just show you right here, this one right here, didn't even come down lower than this one. So that's actually a good sign. Not coming down lower than here is actually good. So we're still in the same trajectory. We just want to get into the bullish control zone, which is above the 0 mark. Okay, so we're doing okay here on the 6 hour. Stable. Oversold. Overbought is the next target. Expansion to the upside is the next target. Obviously, guys, there is the bearish scenario, guys. I mean, I know I sound a little bit bullish here, but this is what I see. You know, this is the scenario. This usually results into a move to the upside. The thing is, it's going to happen over the weekend, guys. I don't know. You know, it's very unlikely. It does rarely happen, but it does, guys. If you remember, we do get some green crazy weekends. I would definitely celebrate 100%. Let's get down onto the 1 hour. I think the 1 hour and the 15-minute is giving us a little bit more of what's really happening in the trenches here in the last 48 hours, maybe even more, 3-4 days. As you can see, this Look at this. Straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. And then look what happened here. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Like literally there's no direction. There's no real edge anywhere. We're not getting overbought, not even on lower time frames. We're not even getting oversold. We see that the volatility is actually going in the opposite direction in the momentum, and everything's all over the place. It's confused, right? So this is difficult, guys, because if you think about it, I started here off on the daily, and the daily and the 6 hour and the 4 hour are my major time frames. And based on that, you actually can see why I have to flip flop, because based on this thick white line, we're getting above and below, and I'm flip-flopping because of that. And if you've been watching my videos, guys, I don't flip-flop. And because of that, I'm not in a comfortable zone. I am uncomfortable, which means I am forced to get on lower time frames and trade. And even on lower time frames, guys, this is not a hospitable landscape. Look at this, guys. It's a mess. So, maybe it's about time that we touch some grass. Maybe it's about time that, like I said, invest in yourself, invest in your trading strategy, get on an exchange, learn the little bells and whistles, all that, join the community, get involved with the community. Guys, the Discord is a great place. We have a lot of good, high quality degens there, sharing their ideas and trying to get an edge over the market. And it's free, guys, absolutely free. I don't ask for anything, okay? So feel free to check it out. If you don't like it, what's the worst case? You leave. You leave if you don't like it. All good. At the end of the day, guys, we're here to maximize opportunity. And I feel like at any moment we could still even fall back to the bottom of the range, as we have done many, many times. And then again, we're going to get bearish. Why? Because that was the sweep. Again, we can draw trend lines after trend lines and patterns after patterns. That's all fine. But look at that. That was a sweep that came back in, got rejected right here. We got another sweep. And then all of a sudden now, based on what we see here, we're desperate again. We got a nice support right here on the horizontal. Once again, the thick white line being respected temporarily, maybe. I don't know. It's going to play more games with us and maybe get rejected here and then fall. This white line, you can see how it's being respected pretty much on all time frames. This is the problem here, guys. We're going up and down. And then what do we do here? If we break below, we're coming down to the range lows again, back to where we came from down here, which is range lows. And if you're in a short, congratulations. You're on the 1 hour. It's a decent little play here. You got to use a lot of leverage to make it worth your time here on Bitcoin. Because again, this volatility based on Bitcoin's market cap is not going to be that big. It's only a 4% move. A little bit of leverage could actually help you make some better gains than just 4%, unless you're going to get in with a bigger position size. And right now, based on what we're seeing in the market, putting big position sizes on a trade, in my opinion, is not worth it. So ultimately, where we are right now, it's like trade the range, guys. Trade the range or don't trade at all. That's the best thing that you could do at the current moment. Sit on your hands and wait for the market to resolve and give us a direction. It could happen real quick. Like, to be honest, I'm in a long position, given that fact that it's been holding here very nicely. If we break these tops, fine, great. If it doesn't, I stop myself out. No big deal. Take a small loss, guys. Be prepared to take small losses. Be a good loser. This is time to be a good loser. Because you don't want to, basically blow your account right now. When the party gets started, you're not going to have any capital to play with. But what we're really dealing with is that a lot of people are getting into some crazy, crazy moments right here with the volatility. And ultimately, what we're waiting for is a directional move. And right now, based on, again, zooming out, looking at this, guys, I can see this potentially breaking out. If it breaks below these bottoms, get out. If it breaks below this bottom, if you're scalping on lower time frames, get out. Again, falls below the $109,900, get out. There's levels of invalidation. Take them. Use them. Use the structure to help you build a position, a thesis, a setup that will definitely keep you in play. You don't want to blow your account right now, guys. The magic's going to happen soon. And again, the magic could be to the downside. So we need to be prepared to short. Like you can see, even shorts are getting wrecked lately. Unless you're shorting some altcoins, again, that volatility is real. But nonetheless, guys, even that, it's very difficult because Bitcoin is not giving us an indication. It is usually the best leading indicator in this market, and it doesn't have that right now. It's not the compass that we're looking for. It's not giving it to us. It's unfortunate, guys, but it is what it is. But patience will definitely persevere here. It will definitely reward you. Just be patient here. Focus, focus, focus. All right, guys, if I've offered you any value in this video, do the channel a massive favor. Slap the like button. It does really help out with the algorithm. If you want to follow me on the socials, the links are in the description below. Feel free to join that Discord. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. Take care, guys. Have a good one. And don't forget, buy the dip.